class tonight and share a few words. I actually won this privilege by a coin toss. Eric and I were talking and just kind of brought up and who wants to do it, and so I guess I won or lost, I'm not sure which. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. It is important to us as students to see the families and friends, business, industry, peers supporting us in what we're doing. I'm very thankful for that. There are some people that I specifically want to thank. Dr. Hilton, I thank you on behalf of the students for the insight and foresight that Vincennes University has had to create such a program. It's changing lives, and it reaches out into the community, to the state, and to the United States, and it's what makes this country great. I also want to thank Mr. Bowman. Mr. Bowman does a lot of work that we don't see, we don't know about in the background, going around making contacts with businesses, industry, people, raising funds, solving problems, and yet working with each of us individually to make sure that our time here, we can get as much as we can get out of it. Obviously, we have to apply ourselves, but this man works tirelessly to do that and to make this class what it is, and it's a great program. Thank you. Bob, what can I say about Bob? Bob's been teaching this kind of classes for 16, 17 years now. He's a great instructor. Got a sense of humor that, well, sometimes keeps us on track, and it definitely brings levity, but his knowledge, his ability, his experience has made each of us better at what we're doing and helped bring us to where we are to be able to complete the requirements of this course. And for that, we are very thankful. Last but not least, who was our primary instructor was Mark. Mark, like us students, got thrown into the fire. This was his first class. This was his first time, I think, doing anything to physics education. And so Mark got thrown into the fire. And so he went through, I think, maybe a lot of what we as students felt with all the pressures and all of the stresses and all of the things and trying to juggle and do a good job presenting. And he did good. He did real well. Obviously, like anything else, we're all perfecting. We've completed the course. We still have things to learn. I think Mark learned a lot in this course too. Because it was his first time. Just like many of us, it was our first time seeing a CNC machine, looking at a micrometer, trying to take measurements, drill a hole in a piece of metal. All of those things we struggled with. There's many things that I know that Mark struggled with in adapting and learning this new environment, but he did a great job, and for that we are thankful. I know somebody already mentioned Joe, but Joe, thank you for cleaning up after us, and being there, and doing all of the things that you do. We appreciate it. Thank you. So let me tell you about CNC Now. CNC Now, like Mr. Bowman said, it's like trying to drink out of a fire hose. Now, I've had the privilege of actually having some experience in the machine shop and the machine tool industry. Some of these guys didn't know what CNC was when they started this course. Couldn't read a blueprint, couldn't read a mic, had no idea what they were in for. And they went through the fire. And they all buckled down, they all put in their time, they all put in their effort, and they have successfully completed the basics. When we started, we had an empty toolbox. We had no idea what we were getting into for the most part. And we're going to have the privilege of leaving here with a toolbox that has been filled with different tools, with different knowledge. Some of these guys, they struggled with doing the trigonometry and figuring the lengths of chords and all of the math problems that we had to deal with, let alone sit down and try to figure out the points and write the programs to control the machines. We didn't know what a G code or an M code was, had no idea, but now they can write their own programs and do so efficiently and effectively. Doesn't mean we know it all. We've got a lot to learn, guys. We've got enough to get our foot in the door and make a living for our families. And so it's going to take that continued effort on our part to be able to continue to learn. Don't ever stop learning. Don't ever be afraid to push the edges of the envelope. Don't be afraid to apply yourselves and take that extra effort, take that extra step, because that's how you succeed. And so as we graduate tonight, that is my word to you. Don't stop learning. Be willing to take that extra step, put in that extra effort, and be successful wherever it is that your life takes you. Thank you very much.